What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Young Rebel Podcast. I am your host, Q, aka The Rebel. Today, let's see, video may be lagging. Why? You may want to close other apps. There are no other apps open. What are you talking about? What is this called? This thing that I use to please the people. I'm a people pleaser. Logitech Capture. It always tells me this weird stuff in the middle of me. This is why I don't turn other lights on, because now you can see all my freaking gray hair. God, I look old. All this gray hair. I mean, I'm going to look pretty good when my gray hair takes full effect, though. I mean, you can already see the salt and pepper action going on right in here. I'm going to look pretty dang good when that salt and pepper takes full effect. Just imagine if I can get my hair to, like, really flow the way that I want it to and kind of swoosh downward just a little. I don't know. I probably need to get like some kind of texture to it or something. I don't know. We'll see. I have to go to a new barber starting tomorrow because my old barber, she left. I need to text her. Make sure I let her know that hope everything turns out well and that she will be missed by me. The rep. Anyway, today is a perfect day for me to talk about why I need to start taking DraftMate seriously. I met this girl. This is the tale of the three Jessicas. Three Jessicas. Jessica number one. I met her a few years ago. She's very religious, and I'm not going to jump into the whole religion thing. She's very political. I'm not going to jump into the whole political thing. Her and I share the same ideas. She's just very more vocal about it, like extremely vocal. And just because I don't press my views the way that she presses her views, she thinks that her and I have different opinions on things when we don't. And I don't understand why it's such a freaking nightmare trying to talk to this woman. Anyway, Jessica number two. I met her probably about a year ago on Hinge. And she told me I was texting her too much and that she doesn't want me to text her anymore. So I left her alone. And Jessica number three. I met her also on Hinge. We texted on Hinge for a little bit and then I asked for her number. So I asked for a number. We were going to meet up and then, her boyfriend texted me in the middle of the night. And I think that is exactly where we are going to start. But before we start there, let me pay the bills. Not this stream. I'm so used to saying this stream because I'm so used to just streaming. But now we're podcasting again. But this podcast was brought to you by GrindX Gaming. Get your GrindX Gaming apparel from grindxgamingapparel.com. You can use my discount code YoungRebel5 to save 5% on your purchase today. So make sure you go over there and grab yourself a nice hat, hoodie, t-shirt, whatever you can think of. They even got pants over there. Awesome company. This stream is also brought to you by DraftMate. Download DraftMate today. You can stop swiping left and right. What you're going to do is you're going to draft up and you're going to draft down, depending upon if you find the person that you want to talk to or not talk to. It's up to you. What happens when you find that person that you think you want to talk to? If you match, it's not always up to the woman anymore. It's not always up to the man anymore. There's a coin flip that's going to decide who starts the conversation. So go over there, download DraftMate today, end the single life. See, I'm over here struggling because every time I look around, I find myself meeting some people on all these different websites and out in these streets. And honestly, I need to stop fooling around and just fool on DraftMate. So easy, much simpler, and maybe I won't have to do podcasts like this one anymore. I can just come on here and talk about gaming and sports and TV and movies, all that stuff. So, yeah, make sure you do the right thing. Download DraftMate in your singleness today, and hopefully I'll end my singleness as well very soon. Let's see. So, Jessica number 3. I think that's the one we called her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one we called her. Jessica number 3. Let me open up my phone here. Hopefully, I can still read my text messages. I'm currently having internet issues. I've had internet issues like literally all day, and it looks like I'm going to continue to have internet issues until the night. So I'm kind of, which is almost a good thing, because now I'm able to just sit here and podcast, and I can record a couple videos, and I've already got like 2 videos done today or something. So or 1 podcast done. This is another podcast. I'm ultimately just working on clips. Unfortunately, I can't get a whole lot of clips because internet keeps acting up. So can't do that. But what I can do is continue to podcast, and soon we're gonna get some more videos pumped out, so then I can just edit those and keep this still a productive day. Let's see, where on earth could these text messages be? Because trust and believe, this is insanity. So we're texting it, and you can see the amount of swipe downs that I'm having to do is a sign that we had a pretty decent chat. And she says, "Hey, this is Jessica." Oh, maybe my phone is working. Maybe, because now I just got a text from some. Oh, but it also says 17 minutes ago. So no, my phone is clearly not working because the internet won't. Which I'm gonna go on a rant. I don't understand why iPhone requires the internet to send text messages. Why am I getting text messages from 17 minutes ago? Look, I got a present, an end of the year present from, I guess it's what you call a Christmas present. I don't know. I've never gotten Christmas presents a day in my life, which we'll have to go into that a whole another time. Anyway, I just got a Christmas present from my cousin and his girlfriend, and they're awesome. I can't even text them. I have to leave my house. Drive who knows how far. All I know is I was out in the county. I was out in Chesterfield when I started texting people and receiving text messages again. Who knows how many texts are lost up into space or whatever, all because the internet in my area is down. I guess something happened to the lines or something. I don't really know, because like my Wi-Fi doesn't work, my Ethernet doesn't work, and now my phone doesn't work. I'm even trying to use the LTE, and I can't get it to work. I cannot access the internet in my house right now because something is going on, and it's not expected to be fixed until almost midnight. And I'm going to be asleep because I have to go to work tomorrow. So let's just get that clear. She says, "Hey, this is Jessica. Sorry to hear about your pets, but glad they went out peacefully." Yeah, they did go out peacefully. All 3 of them, I think. And so she told me she was watching the Chiefs game, blah, 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 blah. We agreed that we were going to meet. And we talked about how I was starting a new job, all that good stuff. And she told me it sounds exciting and was congratulating me and everything. And I asked if she plays any video games, because that's one of my things. I play video games, so of course I would like to talk to somebody who also plays video games, but is it a requirement? No, it's not a requirement at all. I would just like to talk to somebody who also plays video games. If she wants to play video games with me, great. If she wants to sit in the corner and watch, great. If she wants to go off and do her own thing, but let me still play my video games, great. That's all I care about. Like, what are your thoughts on video games? Jessica number 1, we'll talk about that, because that's whoa. And here's the thing, I'm not worried, because I know that they're not going to hear this. I know that they're not going to see this. At least I hope they don't. But Jessica number 3, she kind of deserves it, straight up. She says, "No, not really. I don't mind if people play. I just never gotten into them or anything." I said, hey, that's great. She told me Christmas is her favorite holiday and all that stuff. And then we jump into the conversation of going out and seeing the light tours and all that stuff. And we agreed we would see that right after Thanksgiving because that starts like a day or two after Thanksgiving. And once we finally started talking about a schedule on that Tuesday, actually technically Wednesday morning, well, yeah, Tuesday, we started talking about schedules and stuff and trying to figure out when we were actually going to meet up and have coffee or whatever because, things were opening back up at this point in time. November 2nd, things were still open. They weren't shut down again. So we were going to go have coffee and chit chat and all that stuff because, the last girl I was talking to, I don't know what the heck happened with that, but that flopped as well. She came out of nowhere and says she wants to be single. And, that's fine. That's her prerogative. Be single. Anyway, we agreed on Friday. And I said, I'm down with Friday. She says, I am too. So cool. We're going to meet on Friday. Wednesday night comes along. And I get a message. Actually, this is Wednesday morning. 1:28 a.m. This is her boyfriend. She's cheating on me like she did her husband. Good luck. Wow. Wow. And, typically, because they were sent back to back, and I mean back to back, like 128, 128, I would not have gotten up. But I heard them, and I happened to look at my phone to be like, what is going on? Why is my phone doing that? So I hopped up, and I looked. And then, while I'm still laying there, 1:30, I get a text from the boyfriend, his own number this time. Yeah, bro, this is Jessica's ex-boyfriend now, I guess. We live together. This is escalating quickly. He goes on to say, I would run if I were you. She's a habitual liar and clearly just not a good person. I say, wow, hate to hear that. So you're the guy on our Facebook page I was going to ask about. SMH, that's wild. Thanks for the heads up. Sorry she's doing this to you. I'm going to back off. He says, yes, I am. We've been together for a year and a half. Did you guys hook up? I said, wow. No, I found her on Hinge Sunday, and we just texted Sunday and Monday. He says, when I met her, she talked like she was divorced and was still living with her ex-husband, and most of what she told me is a lie regarding that previous relationship. Hinge, ... gotcha. He goes on to say, I'm pretty sure she's talking to another dude, but I'm not going out of my way to prove that. I'm pretty sure she gave me VD, which in case you guys don't know, because I didn't know, I had to Google this to find out. It's venereal disease, aka an STD. I said, wow, that's all bad, bro. Well, good luck, man. I'm going to leave her alone. He says, messy as fuck. Good luck to you as well, man to man. If I were you, hard pass on this one. I sent a picture of her Hinge account so he could see, yeah, this is your girl on Hinge out here being trifling and cheating on folks. And boy, oh boy. I say, yes, sir. She on Hinge. Yeah, big hard pass. Thanks, bro. Guys, look, even ladies, when you're talking to people from the internet, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. You've got to slow down. And I mean, this could have ended really badly, honestly. Really badly. I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves. He couldn't have, he could have been like, dude, I'm going to come fuck you up. But he was cool about it. He came and asked me what all went down. We talked and confirmed that, yeah, this is your girl, man. And he's like, yeah, I would leave that alone because this is what this is what she's done in the past, and this is what she's doing now. Here in the present, she's doing the same thing to me and you now, I would drop that. And I mean, if I were in his shoes, I'm not sure I would be that cool. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've been cheated on before. I found out. Look, the time I found out that I was being cheated on, I was sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings with my cousin. We're sitting there. It's New Year's Eve. We're sitting there. We're eating our wings, and this guy hits me up on Instagram and starts telling me about my ex. And I'm like, hold on, what? He's like, yeah, you're still with her, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess. What's going on? He's like, man, she's been talking to me for the past 6 weeks and said she's been single for 2.5 years. I said, wow. I mean, I cannot tell you the pit that was in my stomach. I couldn't eat. We just sat there. Like, I mean, cousin sat there and ate. I'm sitting there just like dumbfounded. Stomach just, I couldn't eat, man. And I guess the Wild Wings was trying to close early for New Year's Eve because the waitress came up and was like, sir, I have to give you a box because we're trying to close. And I'm just like, damn. That woman been sitting there cheating on me, lying, stealing, man. It's not a good feeling. So trust and believe. You got to slow down and not take everybody for their word. Because she also told me that she was divorced and all this other stuff. And you can't I don't know who this guy is, but I can't fully take him for his word either. Maybe they were on a break. I don't know. I mean, I know that I don't believe in breaks. So if they were on a break and maybe it wasn't fully clear, I can see how she might have got a little twisted. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for either one of them. I think that if she's in a committed, I would imagine because of the Facebook profile and how she and her are in the same Facebook picture, I would imagine that they're in somewhat of a committed relationship. And maybe my phone is working, or maybe the internet's working now. I don't know. I'm really curious. It doesn't look like it on the computer side, but it looks like it might be trying to work on my phone side. Either way, it looks like it's working on my phone now. So, okay, so maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe the Wi-Fi kicked back in and then this has been a long day. This is a long day off from work, I can promise you that much. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for either one of them. I just know if you're in a committed relationship, you should be open and honest with each other. You shouldn't sit back and be having other type of conversations with other boys and girls just because you got bored or just because you feel insecure or whatever the case may or may not be. Don't do it. Have some respect for your partner. I mean, yeah, you can still have friends of the opposite gender, but not like we were talking, not talking about meeting up and having coffee and going on dates and stuff. Don't do that. What? Nah, dog, what? Don't do that. I've got female. But here's my thing. I'm single first and foremost, but I've got single. I don't think I have any single female friends. All right, honestly, if I'm being straight up, I've got like 2 female friends. I know one is not single, and the other, she's in a relationship, like a committed relationship. And I may be forgetting a couple others, but there's one female I don't consider a friend no more. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that at another time. We got to be honest with ourselves. We got to be honest with our partners because that's the only way the relationships are going to last. That's the only way that you're going to. You cannot maintain sanity if you're sitting there lying. Here's the thing about lies, guys. When you tell one lie, you have to tell a second to cover up the first. So don't lie, don't cheat, and don't steal. It's plain and simple. If you have respect for yourself, if you have respect for your partner, you will always tell the truth you will always remain loyal to your partner until the very end. If you feel like, hey, it's not working, you need to dump that cat. You need to move right along, and then you can start talking to somebody else with a clean conscience. You ain't gotta sit up here and hurt your partner, hurt yourself, and then hurt somebody that you think might be better than your partner. Just be 100 with everybody, including yourself. So if you're sitting there lying to yourself, what are you doing? You hurting you. The worst person you can lie to is yourself. And that's plain and simple. That's just fact. Because I don't lie to you. I've got better things to do than to sit here and produce lies to the rebel community. Jessica number, what do we call her? Jessica number 2. Yeah, Jessica number 2. It's this girl that I met also on Hinge probably about a year ago. We went on a date to Applebee's. We had a really nice date. We had a couple drinks and set and ate appetizers and stuff. She told me that I was texting, a couple days later, she told me I was texting her too much and she didn't want me to text her anymore. So I stopped texting her. I've got better things to, like I always said, if I want to play games, I stay home and play my PlayStation, play my Nintendo. I can play games on the cell phone. I can play games on the PC now. If I'm trying to talk to somebody, I'm going to actually talk. I'm going to send text messages. I'm going to call you on the phone. We're going to go see each other. Like we're not going to do all this. I'll send you a text message once every 5 days. What kind of, you know how much math that goes into that? Stop. Just stop, man. What? No, thank you. I'm not going to partake in that. So I hadn't texted her. I hadn't talked to her in well over a year, maybe even 2 years at this point. I can't remember. I just know it was when the Blues were in the playoffs and they did not win that year. Actually, I think they did win that year. So it was about a year ago. I think that is the year they won. Because I know that I fired a guy whoa. Now that I'm no longer at that job, I have to jump into those times that I had to fire some guys. Wow. Because that's interesting there. Yeah, I think, so it was about a year ago. Yeah. Either way, I get a text message in the middle of the night not too long ago, and it's advertising a subscriber-based Snapchat. And I'm just like, who is this? And why are they texting me? Why does this woman look familiar? And why are they telling me it's $20 for a month, $60 for 6 months, and $100 for 12 months? Like, I'm just sitting there confused. And I'm like, hold on, this looks like she's trying to take an upside down sexy picture. So I'm just sitting there lost and confused, and I spin it upside down so I can look. I'm like, oh, that's the girl I went on a date with. Why is she barely wearing clothes, and what is she talking about? So I just sent a text message back. I was like, hey, is this Jessica? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then it clicked. This throuple that she was telling me that she wanted to be a part of, which I also had to Google what a throuple was. I had to Google a lot of things with this woman. I had to Urban Dictionary a lot of things when it came to discussing things with this woman, because these are things I had never heard of. This is not the lifestyle that I partake in. It's just not. So I'm sitting there like, this is very, I appreciate the offer, but no thank you. I believe that we all need to go get our money somehow. And if this is how you choose to get your money, that's great, but you're not going to get it from me. I hope you are doing well with your newfound profession. But, and then I also found out she's in the middle of a relationship. And I'm just like, if I was your partner, man or woman, whatever the case might be for her, I'm not sure, I didn't ask. But I don't think I could be with somebody who's out there exposing their body over Snapchat for a couple bucks. I just don't. I get it. Times are hard. Like I said in the previous podcast, times are hard. Everyone's out here trying to make a buck. But I don't think that we should do things that degrade ourselves, degrade our integrity, degrade our minds. And yeah, I mean, I get it, man. I get it. But there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. I know there's better ways. It's called jobs. I was just in V-Stock today. And they had a hiring sign outside. And I know a lot of people don't want to work in the middle of a pandemic. I've heard it. But, you know, until the government does something better about the whole situation, which I'm not going to get political. I'll go on somebody else's podcast and I'll talk about that, but we're not going to bring politics here on the Young Rebel podcast. We're all struggling. We're all in the middle of a pickle. We all have to pay our bills. But there are things that I think, they might cross the line. You know, if it does not bother your conscience that you're out there letting the whole world see you because you need $1, cool. That's you. Live your life. Live your best life. That's all I can say. I just know if I were in that situation, if I were dating this woman, I'd be like, hey, you know something, let's just go get jobs. I'm gonna get a job. You're gonna get a job. And it's going to be cool. We're going to work that 9 to 5. We're going to get paychecks in the mail. I'm old school. I don't necessarily direct deposit is very nice, but I prefer a paper check. I really do. Paper checks are just wonderful to me. So take it to the bank. Here you go, Mr. Banker. Here you go, Mrs. Banker. Stick that in there. And then they hand you a deposit slip. And you read it. And boom. There goes your money into my bank account. And unless you're going to U.S. Bank, they won't lose your money. Just trust and believe. U.S. Bank does lose your money. Been there, done that, never going back. And yeah, I mean, she asked a couple of times, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that's something I can partake in. And she's like, I'll make it worth your while. I'm just like, I mean, I can buy a pizza with $20. Looking at you ain't gonna fill my stomach. Just being 100, it's not. Jessica number 1. I'm trying to figure out, there's a reason why I left her at the very end. How you go from 3, 2 to 1, I don't know. But number 1, hope I numbered them right, because if not, that throws off the entire intro. But number 1, I'm trying to figure out how to talk about her and not even talk about her, just talk about the entire situation. Because it does get into politics and it does get into religion. And the two things that I don't necessarily care to talk about, especially on this podcast. Now, like I said, her and I do share a lot of the same political beliefs. She's just very vocal about it and very demanding and pressing with it, whereas I'm more so relaxed about it. Because, at the end of the day, who am I? What position do I hold to where I can enforce my beliefs? Why would I want to be in position to force my own personal belief systems on other people? In fact, I believe, just mind your own business. At the end of the day, yeah, I can think what I want, but I have to mind my own business. I prefer that most people mind their own business. I really do. I don't like people encroaching upon me and my belief system and my lifestyle. So why on earth would I want to encroach upon you and your beliefs and your lifestyle? Now, if we're having a conversation, that's a completely different thing. We're going to talk about what's going on. And we're going to talk about our beliefs or my beliefs versus your beliefs. And why I think one way might be better, or why, hey, that idea that you have there might be good in my life. Sure, we can talk. But I'm not going to stand there and say this is what all the people need to do. Now, sure, I might actually believe that this is what all the people need to do. But at the end of the day, again, I need to mind my business, just like you need to mind your business. So I'm not gonna, yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. And then, as far as religion goes, she starts shouting about, I'm an angry black man because I don't know Jesus. And if I knew God and Jesus and all the beautiful things that they do for us in our lives, I would not be so angry. I don't think I'm an angry guy. First and foremost, let's address the clear racism that flew out of her mouth. You would not be such an angry black man if you knew Jesus. That's just, what? What? Really? Okay. Second, at one point, she tells me that she watched a video of a man who went to hell and came back, and it shook her to her core, to where she believes, or that she knows that she must believe in God and Jesus because that's the only way to make sure that she makes it into heaven. And then I watched this video, and I mean, the video did not, I mean, it might make sense to a lot of people, but it did not make any type of sense to me. Something I could not, I mean, I watched the whole 23-minute video, 26-minute video, however long it was. Didn't make much sense to me. If it makes sense to you, great. If it makes sense to her, great. But again, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that you need to believe it. This makes no sense. I just didn't understand it. Maybe she understands it. I don't know. Maybe she's on a completely different level of intellect. I don't know. And so I'm trying to understand her line of thinking by asking simple questions like, well, why do you believe this? Why do you believe that? Can you provide an example or just help me understand this? And then she says, do you just think I'm gullible? And I'm just like, I'm trying to understand what's going on inside of your head. I'm not a mind, and I've even told her, I'm not a mind reader. I can't just sit here and look at you and read your mind. I'm not Professor X. I know my middle name's Xavier, but I'm not Professor X. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Although Monday was the 21st. I was hoping that was going to be my superpower, but it's not. We'll get into my superpower at another day and another time. So she goes on to tell me that she ended up morphing her political beliefs into her religious beliefs, and she tells me this is God's country. God created this country. God formed the country. God put the president here on this country to fix this place. And I just said, wow. That might be, most times I was sitting there biting my lip and just trying really hard not to start giggling. I was really hoping that I was wearing a mask. You know how we have to wear these face masks now? They protect your face really well. Like, nobody knows if you're over there laughing or what. Like, they have to look right in your eyes to really figure out what's going on. I was really hoping I was wearing my mask, but I was not. Because boy, oh boy, did I want to giggle a lot when she started shouting that in the middle of my car. Because, I mean, if this were more of a political show, I would definitely have time to go into that deeper. But I don't have the time for that. Because, like I said, this is not a political show. It's just not. You guys can imagine what was going through my head with that. But yeah, she tells me that this is God's country. And God sent the president here to fix it. And that's the president's mission, and this, that, and the third. And I just said, wow. And yeah, at that point, I knew that this was going absolutely nowhere. And she told me that one day I did not respond to one of her texts. And I said, I was at work when you texted me back, and I focus in. When I'm selling this paint, I just focus in on what I'm doing. And I read it and just forgot to respond. And I'm sorry. And she says, that's bullshit. People who do that, they just don't care about the other person. And it's like, first off, your response was literally okay. What do you want me to say to okay? Like, you said okay with a period. You even spelled out okay. Okay-A-Y. What do you want me to say to that? And you put a period. Like, what do you want me to say to okay? I don't know what she wanted. I didn't even ask because at that point I just no longer cared. She told me if I'm going to be in the dating world, I need to start acting like it, and I need to get over my past and start texting people back. And I'm just like, why are you talking to me like I'm a child? Why are you talking to me like I'm a child? Get grief. Relax, woman. I could see if we were in the middle of a conversation, I just didn't respond. We weren't even in the middle of the conversation. Like, you ended the conversation by saying okay. Goofy stuff like that that's just like, maybe I am better off just being single. Because I don't have time for women lying and having secret boyfriends. I don't have time for women out here trying to have throuples. But that's just not my lifestyle. I don't have time for women agreeing to be in a relationship and then saying, oh, actually, I just want to be single. Please don't hate me. Like, what? And then I don't have time for all this. You need to press your... let's be honest. When's the last time you've ever won an argument with somebody who's already got their mind set on a certain belief system? Just tell me. When is the last time you've won an argument? And when I say win an argument, we can win arguments every single day. I mean, I win arguments a lot. But it's only in my mind. In your mind, you might not think so. You might just shut down and be like, that person keeps asking the same question, so I'm just not going to respond. I won. That could be what's going on inside your mind. I'm not sure. Because I know a lot of people just stand there once. When I think I got you is when they just stand there and they don't answer the question anymore. They either walk away or they say, I need to research. And it's like, okay, you can research, but what I'm getting to is very rarely do people say, okay, you got me, or okay, that makes sense. Very rarely does that happen. So I'm going to ask you again, when is the last time you actually won an argument with somebody who's got their mind already made up on a belief system, a lifestyle, etc.? When does that ever happen for you? Because I can tell you right now, it comes few and far between for me. So I know good and well it does not happen for you very often. Now, I know it doesn't happen for her very often either. She tells me, well, you just need to read books on leadership. If you read a single book on leadership, you wouldn't be sitting here in my car shouting, telling me that I need to start trying to impose my beliefs on other people. That's not leadership. That's not leadership. Come on now. What do you want? Don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I honestly think that I might be better off as a single guy. I've got more time now that I work 40 hours a week, and I'm not tired when I get home. I'm not frustrated when I get home. I've got time to come home and stream and make videos and make the podcast again. I've got time. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And maybe one day I'll find somebody who enjoys doing what I do. And they either want to see me succeed, or they want to help me succeed, or they want to be a part of it, something. And boom, I can have a girlfriend. And I can still game and stream and podcast and make videos. Who knows? But until then, until I find somebody who really fits the mold, or not really even the mold, just fits like into what I'm doing, and we're on the same page, the same wavelength, there's no rush to this. There's no rush to this at all. And maybe I'll find her on DraftMate. That's the goal. I think my phone's working now. Maybe, hopefully. Hopefully the internet's working. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like it's trying to work. I hope. And maybe I can jump on DraftMate and potentially find somebody. Let's see. Let's do a quick test. No. The internet in this area still, I don't know what happened. I guess the winds knocked over a cell tower or something. Because, I mean, we got all this digital TV. I can hardly watch TV. I gotta watch the antenna TV. With that, you can't just find news. Got an eyelash on my eye. Can't just find news on the internet and be like, oh, well, that's why that's why none of my electronics are working. That's why I can't get any type of internet here, because I can't even get on the internet. I have to wait until the 5 o'clock news, which is about to start right now. So I've been sitting here all day trying to figure out what's going on, and I can't figure out anything because I have no internet access. The only time I had internet access is, the internet ruined an entire stream, and good God Almighty, I hate when that happens. Getting eyelashes caught in your eye, but it ruined an entire stream, and now I've got no idea what's going on. I had to go out today and get my, I traded in a couple of games while I was out. I just used the internet. It's not like we can go into coffee shops now and sit there and work on our laptops or anything. Like we just got to use the LTE, which you don't necessarily want to do, because once you go over your limit, you're kind of screwed. You got to pay more. So, I just used the LTE while I was out, and fortunately it worked. But as soon as I got back over here into my neighborhood, boom, it went down. So I guess one of the cell towers or something went down, because things still are not working the way they should. And it's almost 5 o'clock, so I probably should go watch the news to figure out what exactly is going on. I'm in the Stone Age over here. I am the rebel. Hopefully tomorrow's going to be a better day. Hopefully what I read earlier was accurate from AT&T, and things will be back up at midnight. That way tomorrow I can stream. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. You guys won't be hearing this until January or something. But yeah, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and hopefully everything will be flowing tomorrow for my stream. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to stream, but I'm going to stream something. I'm looking forward to it. I might just Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty last night, and boy, oh boy, that was fun. But guys, trust and believe when I tell you, you get on these sites, you think you're talking to somebody decent, and they turn out to be a complete nut job. Happens to me all the time. I know it happens to you. I've talked to a few of you youngsters who are in school, and you talk to the girl you find to be attractive in class, and she plays you. And I'm here to tell you, first and foremost, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Secondly, it's going to keep happening, so get ready. And the same goes for you women too. I know a lot of guys out there. A lot of guys. In fact, I ran a podcast, an old podcast with a guy. He used to do women dirty. Dirty. So, and I mean, trust and believe, he was a grown man. He about my age. So, yeah, guys. I mean, the dating game is hard. Finding love is hard. But one day, we're all going to get there. And if not, hopefully you can love yourself enough to be comfortable in life and to be happy. Because that is the goal for the rest of your life. Guys, thanks so much for watching and listening to today's podcast. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell everybody to find me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, all of that stuff, whatever else I might be on. Yeah, make sure you guys check out GrindX Gaming. Make sure you check out DraftMate. If you are of age, 18 and up, I highly suggest you download DraftMate, find the love of your life today by drafting instead of swiping, and you too can end the single life. Again, I thank you guys for watching today's episode and listening. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.